Are you grateful even during the bad times? I'm Dr. Zaino with 5-Minute Fuel, which is in 5 minutes a day. We're going to fuel your mind, your body, and your future. In continuing our series within the 5-Minute Fuels, we call this little mini-series Finding Your Hero. We're going over the most successful traits and characteristics of the greatest heroes of all time. And one of the traits they have is a hero enjoys every single part of the journey. They enjoy the great times, as we would, but they also enjoy the perceived, notice I said the word perceived, low times, failures, losses. It's all perceived. See, as you go through the journey, a hero enjoys the entire process because they don't see failure, they don't see loss, they don't see rough times, because what they do is they see contrast. When a hero goes through, because remember we talked about all these characteristics built up. See, a hero has no exit strategy, right? And a hero is not going to retire. A hero, love is the fire that fuels the spirit of the hero. So when all these things are present and we're moving forward through that journey, and there's no exit strategy, the rough time, the bump in the road, the course correction, the punch in the face, so to speak, the perceived mistake or loss, they see it as contrast. They see it as because in the contrast, two very beautiful things happen. Number one, we must know that words don't teach. So I could sit here and we could read all the books in the world, we could go to all the seminars in the world, and the words, they may sound logical, and you could say, ooh, that was a very nice statement, but it's not going to teach you anything, okay? It'll give you a little bit of guidance and heads up, but it doesn't really, the experience is what teaches you. So as you move through that journey and you have that contrast in your life, the contrast creates two beautiful things. Number one, when you go through a bump in the road or a rough time or a perceived, I'm going to say perceived failure because it never is a failure, you realize, wow, this sucks. This does not feel good. And it's a reminder, number one, it doesn't feel good, it sucks. It reminds you that you got a little bit off course. We learn from that decision, okay, what do I learn from this moment? So when I learn from this moment or this tuition or this experience, right, I know not to make that same decision again in that same way, or I learned something. But the contrast at one end tells you what you don't want, right? So less, I don't like this feel, I didn't like this, I didn't want this, I don't want this. But more importantly, it teaches you and clarifies what you do want. Okay, I know I don't want this, so it really made me even more clear on this is what I do want. And it made me clear on what I do want, and now because of this experience, I have a new set of details that I didn't have before this experience that I could add to what I do want. Okay, so right, when I do hire a team then, I'm going to make sure that I have weekly calls with them where we go over last week's benchmarks, this new week's benchmarks, and which ones were achieved or not. So I know there's expectations are there and boundaries are made. So like just better communication. I'm just throwing that out there. You see what I'm saying? So like something had to happen for me to learn something that I didn't want, or I didn't like that experience. So now I realize, well, this is what I definitely do want, but I want, and not only know what I do want, but I even have a more specific amount of details that go with that. So now it's even clarifying what you do want at a higher degree. Amazing, right? So there is no failure, there is no loss. It's all contrast. It's all tuition, it's all learning experiences, and it becomes the only teacher of life. The only teacher of life is the experience of life. Well, I had a teacher from first grade through college. No, you didn't. You had someone that guided you through information, and you memorize this information, and you spit the information on a test, and this test, this number, you had to get so much of those questions right to pass. That was not life experience. Life experience is the only teacher. And even though our parents could tell us the right thing to do from their perspective, but our experience becomes our teacher, and there and only then, that is the teacher that allows us to realize what we don't want, clarifies what we do want with even greater detail. And then you're able, as you do that more and more, and you recognize that you are being guided and you're the official creator of your life, then you get to realize, I enjoy every part of this journey. So when something went so-so today, you'd be like, okay, great. that didn't feel good, but what am I going to learn from it? And then immediately you go right into the positive. Okay, I didn't like that feeling, but hey, I learned this, I clarified this is the detail I'm going to add to it, and it just made your vision even more detailed. And as you know, the greater the detail of your vision, the more likely you are to achieve it. So remember, enjoy the entire journey. Everything in the journey is working for your good. It's developing to you the greatness of who you are, and it will take you to places you never dreamed of. So hope you had an amazing time today watching this video. Please comment below, share, tag a friend in this as well. Make sure you go to IamHero.com. IamHero.com. Check out the I Am Hero project. Amazing. The best, voted one of the best digital courses out there today. And it's a masterpiece for sure. And then connect with us on social media. We keep this conversation go daily. Every single day we have content. We have lives. You have full access to me. Let's do it. Let's rise together. And I'll see you guys soon with 5 Minute Fuel.